Hello everybody, how's it going today? Superfiend here. Welcome back to our Total War Warhammer 2 playthrough as Nakai the Wanderer from the most recent update to the game, the Hunter and the Beast. It's rather early in our campaign, I think turn 38, and we've done pretty well getting territory for the Defenders of the Great Plan, but now they are in the process of maybe losing some of it to the Blue Vipers. So maybe we want to go up here and help them. I'm also tempted to kind of just come over here and attack the Bloodhall Coven and wipe them out and secure even more territory for the defenders. That would give them Teclis's starting area and the islands over here. That could be pretty good. I have a feeling the AI would struggle to come out and take those. It would probably take them a while. So that's like 5 territories that they could probably hold indefinitely or for a very long time. We could try to sell north and like see what's going on in here and maybe land somewhere up here where the humans are, get some more territory for the defenders up in this area and descend on the Hunts Marshals expedition and the Blue Vipers. So it's really kind of hard to decide exactly like where is the best way to go. And I don't really have any real specific no, I didn't mean to zoom all the way to Albion. That was a mistake. I don't really have a specific desire to do any one thing. I mean, like, anything is an option. The other choice that I kind of talked about was maybe to go to war with the Tomb Kings and take their territory. High Queen Khalida down here. She has 4 settlements. I think we could win in battles with the Tomb Kings as long as it's always an even battle. Like 1 stack versus 1 stack. And, of course, we do have to replenish up, which, you know what? Replenishing up, I think, is our top priority. So let's go ahead and get out of our full speed ahead stance. Let's go ahead and pick up the shipwreck. Fight a foe in battle. Fight a foe in battle. You know, we got almost 26,000. I don't know if it's going to be a hard army, and we are a bit banged up. So I'm going to choose the lesser of the 2 options. We get just 1,000 to our income for that. But I think with that done... maybe we're going to come up here onto the shore and in friendly territory. We should be replenishing. We can switch right away to encamp and get some extra replenishment. Regiments renowned, blessed spawnings. Missions that grant units as rewards will be issued over time. Do I have any such missions right now that would grant me some blessed spawnings? These give us favor. Search any ruined settlements for treasure. Ensure that one of the following is constructed and recruit a lord. So I don't think there's any like blessed spawning missions currently active. Let's look at our horde buildings. Oh, look at this. How wonderful. We can upgrade. This gets us an additional 2% casualty replenishment and an additional 5% upkeep reduction. It's 9,000. That costs a lot, but let's go ahead and do that. And then we need 6 population. Oh, before we can build any other buildings. So where do we want to go next? Like, should we go after Razordon Hunter packs? Army ability, Feral Cold Ones. That could be really useful. Oh, but then down here we can get the newly added Dread Saurian. That might be what I want to do. It might be. So let's see. We have the Feral Dread Saurian, Feral Carnosaur, and Dread Saurian. But then we have the Ancient Stegodon, Bastillodon with the Solar Engine, Bastillodon with the Revivification Crystal. I think big monsters. I think I kind of want to go after the... What's the name of this building? The Giant Beast Pit. I think that's where I want to go next. Like, if I could get a couple... of the Dread Saurians added. Now we have the Feral and then the regular. That's 680 versus 489. Jeez, these things got a lot of hit points. 14,000 on the better one. Well, actually, they're not that far off. So it's probably a distance or a difference of armor. 100 armor versus 100 armor. I see 10 leadership. Gosh, look at that weapon strength. 770 for both of them. Missile damage. The Dread Saurian has really high missile damage. Wow. Okay, I definitely think I want to try to get one of those things. As far as runes, like, Is there anywhere we could go rather quickly that would get us to some runes? No, not so much. I don't think I want to do any recruitment right now. We could recruit some more Croxigors. We can afford it. But it is going to bring us rather close to 0 per turn in terms of upkeep. Right now, our upkeep is just barely positive, just barely. And so I want to make sure that we have a little bit of income per turn. And then as far as technologies go, we are moving across the top of our tech tree, which gives us increased army capacity and increased recruitment capacity. But it also, there are a few techs in there that give us increased relations with the Lizardmen, and that's kind of like what I'm really focused on. And we've got 1 turn until we're at 5 population surplus, so we might be able to start building that monstrous Lizardman chain pretty soon here. So let's see. We gotta be real careful though. Okay, I think we're okay here. Now that we're on the road, we're gonna kind of be able to move a little bit further. And we do have a... Oh, what are you called again? Saurus Scar Veteran. He doesn't really have items yet. And then we have our Skink Priest of the Heavens, which also doesn't really have items. What is this? I don't know that we need to cause miscasts to enemies around us. Okay. So a couple really quick turns here. The turns do move kind of quick when you're not involved in a lot of fighting or action. And we do have to move kind of cautiously with Nakai being a horde army. We don't want to accidentally make a misstep and walk into, what do I want to say, extremely lopsided battle odds where we can't win the battle. We have to be very careful. And I can't remember if we have an ambush stance. We do. I think we want to move into the astromancy stance, though, because we do have pretty good bonuses to our movement range. And even though this costs 25% movement range and it reduces our movement range by 25%, that ambush defense chance and the chance of intercepting, and then more importantly, the 150% campaign line of sight, I think is pretty important because CA, they kind of like nerfed all of the fog of war. So what's like the fastest way to get up to here? Okay, it says to move through the mountains. So I think that's what we're going to do. We have 26% of our movement left over moving through here. We may be trespassing. We are trespassing, so they're not going to like that. Okay, I don't see that we have... There's no such thing as like military access for us with Itza. Like we can do non-aggression. Do we have to do non-aggression first? Does non-aggression imply military access? I would imagine it did, but I don't know for certain. Okay, well I guess we end our turn and then we're gonna have sequence of strategy research, which is good. Okay, there we go. We just got a whole bunch more line of sight. And Itza has declared war on the Blessed Dread and Clan Pestilence. So they may have just committed suicide. It's hard to say how much stronger they are than those other factions. And it also looks possibly like the Blue Vipers may have... No, they still haven't taken the settlement. So we may get up there in time to save it. We may not. It's difficult to guess while we're still so far away from them. Okay, and now it's like our movement range is somewhat lower. But because we do have movement range boosts in here, we have 10% here. I'm pretty sure we picked up Route Marcher. Yeah, 10% there. And then I think we have 10% from a technology. Yeah, so we've got a total of 35%. So moving into the Astromancy stance, we still have a net 10% over what we started the campaign with. Okay, diplomatic relations with humans, high elves, and lizardmen is going to increase. I don't know, maybe we can use that to get peace with these guys. I doubt it, and I don't really think that we want peace with Marcus, but just kind of exploring it as a possible option. Is this our Skink Priest? Gained a skill point here. Oh. Have I just, like, not noticed that all this stuff was down here? No, I think I saw it before. Okay, we're going to put the next point into Comment of Cassandora, which we might need when fighting greenskins. Then let's go ahead and let's look at our rights really quick. This might be useful if we are going to be at war or in actual fighting. With the Blue Vipers, it lasts for 5 turns, and it gives us weapon strength and armor for our Kroxigor and Sacred Kroxigor units. But it only lasts for 5 turns, so we definitely don't want to use it until we're closer. We need to own a full stack before we can get a Slan Mage Priest. And then a non-replenishing army of blessed units will spawn for the defenders of the Great Plan if we spend 500 of the old one's favor. Or we can cause attrition. Or if we had built any of these temples, we could make their garrisons stronger. Or we could increase our tribute. We didn't really do any of that. And this gives us visibility over their territory because it's so nice that even though this settlement extends like out to here, we can't see a damn thing because of the fog of war changes. Okay, another really quick turn here. We're blowing through them. We had a pretty what do I want to say, rigorous or exciting first few episodes. We expanded very quickly. We took out Teclis and the Order of the Lore Masters, but now the Blue Vipers are starting to act up, and I think we want to get up there and save our vassal. I don't want to spend any of the old one's favor. I'm being incredibly stingy. But now that they have a second army here, I don't know. Maybe I do. Maybe I do want to build some or use some old one's favor. It's changing by 22 per turn. Suffering attrition over here. It's a smaller army. Oh boy. Well, we don't have any choice but to continue through the mountain passage here, so we'll do that. So looking at the rights again. A non-replenishing army of blessed units will spawn for the defenders of the Great Plan at their capital. So 500 favor. And this army will spawn. But then, is it going to be intelligent? Is it going to do anything smart? Is really my big concern. I'm inclined to think that it's not going to do anything intelligent whatsoever. But if they get this, they got a full stack. I imagine they got biggins wedged in there a little bit too. Or we can cause attrition. We can spend 300 and cause attrition. Do we have any research that is going to cost old one's favor anytime soon? Immune to chaos attrition when normally killed in action. Okay, we could go after these two. That would cost us a total of 600. Which I don't think I'm ready to spend. Global recruitment duration -2 for all units and global recruitment capacity. I don't think we're going to be going in here for a while. What about over here? Melee attack for Temple Guard. Armor +10 for Kroxigors. I imagine by the time we go through this, and then this, and then all 3 of these, and then finally over to here, that we would have 200 old ones favor left again. So casualty replenishment rate and missile resistance. The missile resistance for Kroxigors. Now this could be good, but it's 5, probably like 5, 10, 15, 20 turns away. So I imagine we can get that back. How many turns until we run out of supplies? So I think we're gonna pop the right that causes attrition. Okay, let's try it. Let's try it. Attrition. Attrition up there, but they're probably going to attack and take the settlement soon. We could move quite a bit further if I were to force march. But honestly, the longer it takes us to get there, the more attrition they take. So the better for us. So I'm just going to stay in the Astromancy stance. It may even be wise to just go over here after Tlonxla. Because they are maybe going to take damage when they take this, and we could come up and get Tlonxla back, and then they have to come over and lay siege to this to take it. Oh dear. Well, so much for that. They managed to take the settlement. And they've gotten a Wa for that. Now, this guy dropped below 14 units. As far as I know, Wa's still require 17. It's been a long time since I played a greenskin campaign. But I think we want to move over towards Tlongsla for now. Yeah, we just kind of want to be very conservative in our movements. And if they take territory from us, fine. We'll just try to loop back in, take it back. We get hopefully items for that. We get experience for that. We get ranks for Nakai. Level up the skills. We get more magic for doing that. And our Sara Scar veteran levels up too. Okay, so we lost 2 settlements there. Oh, let's see here. Casualty replenishment rate, leadership. No, we're going to conserve and defend. I don't want to take the casualty replenishment penalty. It's too harsh. It's too harsh. All right, 26% movement. Supposedly, we could still move into an ambush. Okay, I don't see them close enough. They haven't really upgraded their garrison much here, so I think we're... Well, they built the... It looks like it's a slightly better garrison. It's got the Boar Boys and it's got the Savage Orc Biggins. All right. Are we ready now, though, to build our creature den? We're going for the Dread Saurian. Yeah, that's what we're going for. We're going for the big beast. I can't resist the big beast. That's what we need. Unassigned skill point for our Sora Scar veteran. We're going to go into melee attack. Blade Master increases our melee attack. And I think maybe we want Spear Infantry, Mace Infantry, Anti-Large, Predatory Senses. These are 150 per turn. These are 150. And Crocs are down to here. So let's go slightly negative for a turn or two. I'm hoping that we can supplement our income with battle treasure. So let's go ahead and get four units of Sara Spears and take it back 3. 1 more unit of Crocs. 2 units of Crocs. So we're going to be negative by probably 300 or 400, maybe 5 or 6 per turn. But we're going to be able to come in and hit really hard. And what we want to do is we want to get a few battles that are favorable to us against the Blue Vipers and just weaken their forces. I think the battles will give us some more of the old ones' favor that we spent on the attrition right for our vassal. So that's okay. And basically, if we can just get our territory back, then we'll be in good position. Okay, so they move up with 1 army. Did they move up with a second? They underground move. Stinky buggers. Okay, we're at minus 571. That hurts. I don't think he's going to get reinforcements, though. Yeah, he's outside of range to get the reinforcements. He's got some Savage Orc Biggins. And, of course, there's Greebits. He's got the Boar Boy Biggins. And so we got 1. I think it's 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So he's got a full stack. And so do we. So our goal right now when we attack is to, 1, thoroughly trounce them and win. But then earn enough money to offset our income per turn. For just a couple turns we need to do that. I know we're 2 turns away there. I meant to go look at the rights. And we can't perform a right until after 2 turns. This would maybe be the one that we want to go into, spending 3,000. It just depends on how we do with our income from these battles. And I can't see behind us. I have no idea if that other army went back towards Spectazuma or if they went south and they're taking attrition in here. It's impossible to tell. Okay, so here we go. This is as much as we can do. It's going to cost us a bit of movement to get here. We've got the advantage. Let's not forget to assign our banners. Charge bonus. 7% there. Leadership here. Armor piercing damage on our Sacred Crocs. And then charge bonus on our vetted Crocs. These guys are rank 9. We got a few Crocs units that are already fully vetted out. Okay, it's giving us slightly favorable odds. I think if we charge in with Nikai, pop our abilities in the correct order. It's a choke point. That's good. And use our Scar Veteran, who I believe is anti-large correctly. Try to use him to tie up the big ends on the Boar Boys. But they got 5 units of calves. Just, ouch. All their darn cavalry. And their cavalry are going to be anti-large. They're going to be very punishing for us, unfortunately. Very, very punishing for us. We got lots of Crocs. Okay, well, we're just going to put Nikai right there. Okay, these are all of our spears. These are our warriors. These are our skinks. Tough to decide how to arrange all this sometimes. Okay. We're going to put our caster a wee bit back. We're going to put our spears kind of here. And we, of course, want Nikai and our Sacred Crocs leading the charges on our flank there. And then we have our regular warriors that kind of have clubs and maces maybe here. And then our javelins there. Put these guys up. All right. Looks good. May the old ones' favor be with us on this day. Do they have a lot of missile units? Not so much. So they got 1, 2, 3 units of Boar Boy Biggins over there. Just Savage Orc Boar Boys on this side. They don't have a whole lot of missiles, so they got 4 units of missiles. We're going to go ahead and slow things down with our big units. We're going to have them walk. And I think we want to put the spears like just outside of range and protect our rear. And then our Scar Veteran will go there, and our Skink Priest there, and our skirmishers maybe over here. Okay, and then we have our warriors. Just kind of put them here. Now, we have feral cold ones that we can summon too. That's pretty beneficial. We can use this 3 times, 120 seconds apart. You can basically drop it anywhere. And then we have Comet of Cassandra. Greater armor piercing damage is essentially useless because these are Savage Orcs. So what we're going to do is we're just going to creep up here. Okay, I want to make a massive glob of infantry and stuff. So let's just put it right there. Comet of Cassandra. Come on, guys. Clump up on them, please. All right. I guess we'll just lob it that way. So they broke instantly, and then now these guys have moved. So that did not work very well. Good to know. It did massive damage to that archer group, though. Wow. Can we hit a follow-up hit just right here on these boneheads? Come on. It's got fast casting time. Oh, it's right there. Boom. We just got 2 decent nukes in there. And then these guys have now come back. So let's just charge in. And we got a couple more uses out of this thing. So now let's pull back here. Okay. Here they come. We're not going to get another feral cold one, though, before these guys get up here. So let's make sure that we stop their 4 boys from catching us in the back. So 2 units of spears on this side. Move up with this stuff. Okay, let's charge in here. Charge in with Nikai. These are just regular Savage Orcs. Okay. We got a big clump. Big clump. Clump up for it, fellas. Clump up for it. Here we go. Charging in there with these guys. They got a big, massive clump behind here. We've used up a lot of our magic. Okay, now let's send in our other Crocs. Nakai is losing. Okay, but as the Crocs charge in, let's get our buffs. Feral cold ones in the back. Let's get these guys over this way. Get these guys in here. Get on the archers. Yeah, let's pull back with this guy. Let's pull over to here. I wish I had some magic. I would love to debuff everything. But we've pretty much like shattered all this stuff. So let's get on the Boar Boy Biggins. Please get on the Biggins. Push up with the skinks. Bring him that way. Shoot the Boar Boy Biggins. Okay, push up. Get the Boar Boy Biggins. Get the Boar Boy Biggins. We're breaking a whole bunch of stuff in here. So far we're doing okay. We're not taking too much damage. Feral cold ones are in here on their missile units. That's good. That's 9 wounds of magic. That's a lot more than we're going to have for quite a while. Okay, but pushing in over here. Get these guys, please. Can we get Nakai moving this way, please? Nakai. Get on this stuff. Get on that stuff. Get on this stuff. Let's start bringing the Crocs. Let's start folding them down this way to break all these things. Shoot the War Boy Biggins. Get our priest or our Scar Veteran back in there. Nakai, I don't really want you way up there all by yourself. That's not your happy place. That is not your happy place. Yeah, but we are starting to break this stuff now. Okay. Collapse on all this. Collapse. Collapse. Get over here. Blast them, please. We're going to get some feral cold ones in just a brief moment. 23 seconds. We got our ability that we can use. Let's move our skink priest over this way. Let's move these guys up. Nakai. Yeah, we're basically getting charged in the rear over there. We've broken most of this stuff. Okay, this unit's taking too much damage, so let's get them out of there. Let's start filtering some of our Crocs that are taking too much damage, like on down, and push them further this way, and push some of our Crocs that are not taking too much damage further this way, along with Nakai and our Scar Veteran. Okay, there we go. Very good. Get that rear charge ready. 2 winds of magic here. 2 winds of magic, and then we're going to get some really good debuffs in. Okay, keep pushing up. Keep pushing this way. Keep pushing through here. Get on this guy. Get on that guy. Get on the Boar Boys there. Okay, 1 more winds of magic. 1 more wind of magic. Might be more correct. Oh, there they go. They're breaking. They're starting to shatter. Shatter, shatter, shatter. Very good. So what I was trying to do is I was trying to wait for this last wind of magic to stack their armor and melee attack debuff with Nakai's melee attack and physical resist buff. But turns out we didn't need it. We don't need to run them down because they're in the settlement. And I had thought about sacking it. But I think what I'll do is maybe I'll give it to our vassal. Just give it back. And that will allow us to immediately take... get replenishment. I'm sorry. And the Blue Vipers will immediately take attrition, except for they're in the other way. So that won't work. But I kind of like that idea. I like that idea. So let's see. I want to see how much money we get here for the battle itself, because we're minus 571. So that battle pays for 6 turns of our negative upkeep. A Trickster's Shard. We got a ward save for Nakai. That's great. I'm going to go ahead and... I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to gift it for Eitzel once more. We also get an additional 1,500 from sacking. For that, it counts as sacking. So look at this guy here. This guy is just like... He's completely battered. So... I think... So I could move like a little bit. So we'll move to there. We're going to pick Astromancy. This gives us a chance of intercepting an army using the Underway or Beast Path. So we may intercept these guys as they try to escape, but the more important part is it's going to give us that increased visibility around us. And then, ooh. Oh, I really want to push up and get this for the big dinosaur, the Dread Saurian. I really want to get it. But I want to make sure that we have the visibility. So I'm going to go ahead and keep us at the Astromancy for now. We got a Talisman of Protection, 10% ward save for Nakai. That's good. We also got Skill Point. This is for Nakai as well. Probably a good idea now to... we were going after first spawning the Frenzy for our Kroxigor and Sacred Kroxigor units. That's what I really wanted. And that's going to give us a slight edge against the Savage Orcs because the Savage Orcs also have Frenzy. They just innately have Frenzy on all their troops. And then now we should have a really good garrison to back us up if we do get attacked. Unless they decide to lay siege first. So I think coming back up here, even though we lost Temple of Kara, I think coming back up here was the right play because we did take out an army of theirs that was a little bit stronger. We are positioned to get Temple of Kara back. And we might even catch Hack Beardburner as he tries to escape through the Underway, which would most likely be what they're going to try to do. I imagine they're going to try to do a skip back into Temple of Kara. Oh, we did. We intercepted them. So let's go ahead and let's get onto the battlefield and fight this here. This is a good opportunity to further weaken the Blue Vipers. And depending on which way their army went on the western side of Lustria, we may be able to go up and get Spectazuma. We may be able to steal it out from underneath them. We're going to gamble because 7 Winds of Magic is quite terrible. We got a good roll. It was green, but it didn't actually change anything. We are going to put our Saurus Spears on the flanks. We're going to put Nakai here. We're going to put our Scar Veteran there. Our Skink is going to stay on this side of the Spears. We're going to put our Warriors in the back here. 1 unit of Spears looks to be maybe a little bit weaker. So let's do a little shuffle here. And then I'm going to let our Sacred Crocs replenish up a little bit. So I'm going to move them down here. And there's this other unit with 15 that is also going to rest up a little bit. But all of our other Crocs who now have Frenzy. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Let's go check it out. What does Frenzy do again exactly? 12% weapon damage. Oh, 8% charge bonus. Ooh, 8% melee attack. And immune to psychology. So... our weapon damage is pretty respectable. Our melee attack is getting respectable. Our speed is good. We got good armor. Everything's looking just fantastic in there. We have our Saurus Warriors. And then our Shielded Spears. So Shielded Spears will go there. Warriors will kind of go on the back. And then all of our Crocs units right in front here. And then almost who cares about the Skinks? And we're just going to rush down this flank. We're going to walk. And let's just admire our big boys as they move in here. They look kind of silly, walking fast. There's our big lumbering beasts with their giant... what would those be? Kind of like a glaive almost? Guess you could call it kind of like a halberd, except it doesn't have really a spear or pointy end. I mean, this is just like a gigantic battle hammer. And then our big legendary lord himself, Nakai. About 150% to 200% the size of a regular Kroxigor. Just a big monster. He's got to walk with his knees really far apart so his thighs don't rub together. He doesn't want to get any rashes in there. That's not comfortable. All right, here we go. We're going to get ready to charge in here. We're going to send Nakai in straight into the biggins. But we're going to bring with him these ones here. And then we're going to send these ones over there. And we're going to come up with the rest of our Kroxigors that way. And then the rest of our army. Okay, what the hell is it doing? Oh my gosh. That's not at all what I told our stuff to do. Like, how does that even happen? They don't want to fight. They're turning. They're like, no, thank you. We're out of here. We don't want to battle with you. And Nakai's getting in there first. Okay, let's go ahead and turn on skirmish mode and blast these guys. And let's charge in over here. And let's go ahead and protect our flank because they're going to come in for the side hit now. Oh, you ended up way over here, did you? And the Scar Veteran is still on his way. Okay, fine. Let's go knock their lord on his butt. He's not going to do well. Okay, we're tying those guys up. They don't want to charge in over here. Their lord, his morale is essentially crushed. He's not going to last very long. Nakai's taking a little too much damage for me, though. Let's pop the physical resist. And let's go ahead and put this over here, I guess, is where we really need it. We'll take our frenzy off Nakai. Okay, is their lord dead yet? Now they want to commit. But too little, too late. Okay. Is their lord broken? Basically broken. Everything over here is breaking. The Boar Boys are doing pretty good. I'll give them some respect for doing okay. I suppose I could have increased Nakai's armor as we initially charged in. Let's go ahead and see if we can finish off the Boar Boy Biggins over there, though. Okay, their lord is now shattered. And we don't have to spend time chasing anything down. We caught them in the underway. That means that once they flee the battlefield, their army is wiped out for good. And Nakai's looking okay in here. Scar Veteran is doing good. It's amazing how well they are holding on to the battlefield here, even with their lords shattered and quite a few of their units almost decimated. Okay, let's just get in the back of those Savage Orc Biggins. We'll charge in over here. Oh, no, you don't. Let's go ahead and debuff all that. Buff with Nakai. You come back, please. There we go. That's the victory we knew that was waiting for us. We should get another 1,000 or maybe 2,000 out of this battle, which again is going to continue to pay for our negative upkeep. Also, our negative upkeep is going to decrease as we gift the territory back to our vassals. So let's see here. Another 2,300, and we're going to take the replenishment because we are in Blue Viper City. Oh, what do we have here? Enemy hero action success chance minus 20%, all characters. Hero self-defense plus 10% chance of wounding aggressors. That's pretty good for only 2,000. Let's mount the expedition. Okay, now we can't quite make it there. And I'm extremely cautious about moving on Spectazuma from where we are currently because I can't see if they have an army there. Even with our increased line of sight. So let's move up just a little bit. Really want to be careful here. Oh, we have you. Aldebrand Fluss. I can't. We got some great swords. We have Outriders with a grenade launcher. We have a couple cannons. We have some huntsmen. Are they at war with each other? They are not at war with each other, the Blue Vipers and the Hunts Marshals expedition. So there's a very good chance this guy is going to just want to beeline it straight in here to us. So I'm very cautious once more about moving closer to Spectazuma because he might catch us with multiple armies. I'm also a little bit nervous about moving too far this way, but I think out of the targets that are presented before us, Spectazuma or Temple of Kara, I think we have a better chance of getting the Temple of Kara. Establishing temples and missions. So we're earning a flat 20 per turn. I think I'm going to use this opportunity to come a little bit this way. I think I'm going to use all of our movement because we are in vassal territory. Start standing with you guys. They're at war with both the Blue Vipers and the expedition. So that's helpful. An alliance with them would be very beneficial because then we could give them a target that's possibly of value. But doesn't seem like as of right now they're very interested. So Blue Vipers, I believe, are too far away to underground move in support of over here. So we're going to move up as close as we can. This guy can get really only to here. So he's not a threat. There's also this really nice skull reef sitting out here that we could get lots of money if we pick that up. However, we do want to be careful that we don't accidentally get caught by Empire troops coming out of the ports and chasing us on the water, especially if they use multiple armies. They could catch us out here, and you can move very far in the water, so even if we fled, we may not escape far enough away. I don't think we need to be in the Astromancy stance, so let's go ahead and let's spend 7,200. And that's going to get us one step closer to our Dread Saurian. And then next turn, and it's going to cost a lot of money to do it. We may not be able to. Money may be our limiting factor. But we may be able to get the final rank of this. And we may be able to get a Dread Saurian on the field, which would be awesome. I'd love to see it. I can't wait to see it. Okay, now what do we have in here? A very good Hex. Reduces leadership and speed and vigor of nearby troops. It's a very small radius, only 40 meters. We have casualty replenishment rate and horde growth. I like that. We also have attacks cause discouraged effect, reducing leadership, and we cause terror. Pretty sure this is for Nikai by himself. What else do we have here? Stegodon, Ancient Salamander, and Bastillodon units. And here's where we increase our Dread Saurian. We also have recruitment cost reduction, ambush success chance, horde growth. I don't think I want any of these. I think I really want to focus on this stuff up here. Upkeep reduction, though, would be good, but we'd have to spend quite a few points on the other blue line abilities, which are really going to kind of hamper all this up here. So I think since we're mostly fighting humans and orcs, I think I want to go with attacks caused discouraged. This is permanent. And then after that, where was the other one? Over here. But we'd have to get 2 more points in here. So probably weapon strength 5%, weapon strength 10% when fighting against greenskins, Skaven, dark elves, beastmen, warherds, chaos, and Norska. Humans are not listed in there. So maybe increased armor or increased melee attack would also be good choices. And we're at minus 470. I do anticipate we'll be able to take Temple of Kara. That's going to get us some battle money and also some more tribute from our vassal. Let's go ahead. Nope. The next point of this, maybe. Or maybe I should get the Vortex, because I'm not really doing a lot of armor casting here because it is greater armor piercing damage. That's going to help us over here when we're fighting greatswords that have 95 armor. Possibly if we can get a good clump on the Reiksguard. But Chain Lightning is also really fun. Now this is our Saurus Scar Veteran. This is kind of the same thing that Nakai has. Let us go ahead and get armor for him. Gosh, we just really don't have any good items yet for these characters. I don't see any point to put the miscast chance. I think we will go ahead and get Manspawn Sacrifice, because we may be fighting the Hunts Marshal's Expedition. 1 turn away from increased relations with humans, high elves, and lizardmen. And then after that, we want to continue pushing this way.
You have exactly 3.
He's got 8 settlements. And I think it even said that they are strength rank 1. Okay, now I'm not expecting the Blue Vipers to do anything entirely crazy or unpredictable here. Okay, we got a second Hunts Marshal's army. That guy's got a very similar name to the other one. Almost exactly the same. Okay, technology research, sequence of war. We have Born Killers. The latest spawning of Saurus warriors appears to be far more belligerent than any you remember in recent times. Ferocity and resolve are called for when combating the foe. But your forces must also consider the great plan's higher purpose and not sacrifice themselves unduly. Will you embrace their vicious nature or order retraining for a more balanced army? I think we had this before. And let's go ahead and boost our melee attack because, well, we're using Croxigors. I think it's more important that they hit really hard and really strong than it is for them to have endurance in battle. So he's up to 5, and did he manage to... Are you out of your mind? What is this? He did that in 2 turns? Get out of here. Get out of here with that. That's crazy. That's just crazy talk. This right will become available in 5 turns. 3,000. It lasts for 5 turns. I think if ever there was a time to boost our weapon strength and armor for Croxigors, I think it's right now. We are going to melt these guys.
I cannot.
It's going to be a lot harder to melt these guys, though. If we defeat Jorik in battle, though, that's one of our quests. So that's kind of good. But now our income's getting a little low, right? So it's a little bit nerve-wracking. But let's push up and attack the Temple of Kara after we go after... No, I don't know. Maybe we want casualty replenishment now. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Urgh. Gotta be really careful that we don't get caught out of position. I'm gonna stay the course because we're going down to. Basically, I think I want these 4, and I think our replenishment and stuff is pretty decent for now. I think we can make it a few more turns. Now, how much does this building cost? 9,000. So we would need to go pick up the Skull Reef if we wanted to have a shot at getting this building. This takes 39% of our movement, so we have plenty of movement left over. Do I want to be cheap and just auto-resolve this? Yeah, I think I do. Once more, we're going to gift for Itzel. Doesn't get us a lot of money. But the battle itself got us some money. So now. Gosh, it's really risky to move into the water. But right now, we've got... Is it up here then? We've got melee attack plus 7. We got 10% weapon strength just from our temples. An extra 15% weapon strength and armor. What all have they built in here? Like, this could be our chance to go after some of this stuff. Physical resist, 10%. Let's see. Yeah, we're going to give you the Lux Stone. That's good. That's perfect. That's just what we needed. You know, this is really good here, that this settlement is very, very big. Quite big, honestly. So we can even think about... Let's set an ambush. And then we'll just kind of see which way these guys go. Now, they're at war with Tlaloc. So this army may come over here and attack this and, like, get killed. They may try to send reinforcements this way and blunder into Nakai and get killed. We're still replenishing in here. If we can, what do I want to say, ambush stance our way to Spectazuma, we might be able to get in there. I don't see the Blue Vipers doing anything like where they're moving towards our territory and whatnot. So let's go ahead and end our turn here. We're going to cross our fingers. We're going to hope for the best. We're in a very precarious situation here. It wouldn't take much for us to lose our campaign. That would be embarrassing. It would be very embarrassing. Oh, he has force marched into our territory. I think maybe we have to try to fight them. Ways and means. The priests of Sotek, ever mindful of the need to press the Serpent God's cause on the field of battle, are uneasy at certain technological developments you believe to be part of the Great Plan. They cancel a more martial focus if the Old One's designs are to be realized and the ancient enemy kept at bay. Will you overrule their objections or hear their reasons? So we get research rate 100% or recruitment cost 33%. Or I'm sorry, we get research rate 100% and recruitment cost plus 33%. Lasts for 6 turns. Or you know what, we're not doing any recruiting. So I'm going to hold to our vision. I'm going to take the recruitment cost penalty, but I'm going to get really good research rate out of that. And so it lasts for 6 turns. Maybe we want to really quickly get sequence of growth, sequence of healing, because I think that will get us 6 turns. So let's go ahead and switch gears there, since we just get them both very quickly. Let's look at this guy's army. Ooh, boy. Now, the greatswords are anti-infantry. They're armor-piercing, and they're armored, but they're anti-infantry. And so I think if we just charge straight into these greatswords with Nakai, even go lopsided and charge down like one side of the battlefield and just do our buffs along the way, I think we could maybe defeat this army. they're just outside of our settlement's reinforcement range, I think. But I think we have to fight Alderbross. I also think this episode's a little long, so we're going to do this when we come back in the next one. Let me know if you enjoyed this with comments or thumbs up. It was a little bit slow, a little bit of a setup, but I think we're going to get some really good action against the Hunts Marshals expedition when we come back. Check out the rest of the channel if you've not already. Consider subscribing, and thanks again for watching. I really appreciate it. We'll see you next time. You have a good afternoon, and take care.